Hello again. This is the course of Information System Development. So last time we learned about the Django template. So we are going to continue with the next section. So the last time we already deal with the filter and template inheritance, and we came to the first section about the template inheritance, which is about include. Okay, so we learn include. Include is one of the function in the template inheritance in order to um, you already know how to put the nav.html, it means the navigation bar. So the navigation bar will be available in every web on in every HTML file. So the include is very useful when you have your website and then you want to have the same navigation bar. Now we're going toward the next, which is about extends. In this example, we are going to see the example setting using base directory. So we have a base directory, and yeah, there will be two HTML files. So maybe two HTML files. So one of the HTML file will use extends for the inheritance of particular text into other file. So for this one, we are going to create a new folder, which is block2, and let's put the block2 under the folder templates. So in the folder templates, let's make a new folder. Okay, here is block2. Okay, and inside of the block2, we have three HTML files. You have base.html, home.html, and blog.html. So I will go here and then put a new HTML file. We have home.html, and then we have base.html, and then we have blog.html. Okay, so we have three HTML files, and here is the HTML file for the base.html. We are just copying this file. Okay, in the base.html, you can just copy, and then for the next is the home.html. You can just copy and paste in this file, and then for the blog.html, you can copy and paste on this file. Okay, so we have three HTML file, and after you have those three HTML file, we want to update the views.py. Okay, so the views.py is the file that you are going to make the functions. So this is the kind of control. It's to control the web. Okay, we are going to access the web here, and this is the first. And the second one, you have another function which is block. Okay, so you have this one, and let's see the last one. We need to create a URLs. Okay, so the URLs means the URL that we are going to set when you want to visit website. Okay, so there are two additional URLs. First is home, and the other is blog. So I'm going to the URLs. Now URLs is the file inside the post, not this one. Okay, it's this different. So you need to add those two into this one. So we have two additional URLs. The first is home, and the name is home, and the other is blog. Blog is the name. Okay. So after you have this one, let's run. Okay. Oops. Stop and rerun. Yeah. Oh, because I already run my Django, so you can just run if you're the first time to run the Django. Now you have the link, so let's run this. Yep, you have the errors because you need to go to the polls. Okay, as you see here, there are two folders that are available in your project. The first is admin and the other is polls. So you need to go to the polls folders because our app or our domain has the polls. So you have this one and you get the result like the hello world name South Korea. So this is the first hello world that you learn for the Django. And for this example, for the extent, you need to go to the home. Yep, you will see this is the home, blog, contact, and career. Oh, this is good. And you want to check this one. It is the home. Okay. Oh, interesting. Something is not here, but you can see in the web. Okay. Where is the home, blog, contact, and career? It's not here. Okay. So you can see this is the extension of the base.html. Where is the base? Let's see. And you can see, aha, we have the title. So the title is in the blog, and then we have the create Django blog. Okay, and this title is in the this one. So every page in the Django, you can put the title, and the title will be in every HTML file that you are going to access here. And as you know, the body, we are having the navigation. Okay, so this is the navigation bar. We have home, we have blog, and we have contact, and we have career. So we have the home. We start from the URL home, and then we have the URL blog. And then it is inside of the body. We have blog content, and we have blog footer. Okay, and then you have the home. So in the home, at the top of the home.html, you will have the base.html, and then the blog content. It seems that the current date and time is, you can see the result. Okay, current date and time is April 9, 2020. And now variable is not available. Okay. It's not that related to this one. So current scheme is request scheme. So before this example, we learn about the current scheme. So it is the web using the HTTP and the base directory. So okay, so I'm using this directory for my project. Okay, and last you can see this is footer. How can you get this one? Yeah, here is the footer. This is where you get the footer from the base. Yeah, this was the footer. Okay, so now we are going to learn the details, the explanation of those things. Okay, so this is the result, and yeah, we have some more explanation here. We have what we call as the tag of URL. Okay, URL is the link that you are going to access. Now, if I click home, I want to go to home. If I click the blog, I want to go blog. Okay, you know, right, the meaning of A. Okay, so A in the HTML file is something that you want to click and you are going to do something, and the something is related with the link or something that is related with another page, or something with the reference. But now it's not the internet itself. It should be connected to the Python file. It should be connected to the function that you create in the Python. So here I want to access the home, and then I want to access the blog. Where is this? Okay, so you will get those the home and blog, and you need to check it in the urls.py. Okay, so if you check on the urls.py, Yeah, you have home. So we never learned about the name before, okay, because I just want to make sure that you put all those link with a name, because now we are going to learn one more thing, which is the URL. The URL, the tag from Django, will connect to the name that you define. So it is important to know the name, and this name will be the same with the URL that you want to access. Okay, so that's why if you click the home, it will be the home, and if you click the block, it will go to the block. Okay, so if you click the block, this is a block written by Berardo, and welcome and enjoy. What is it? If you go to the block, if you go to the block.html, yeah, extends, yeah, it is the same. So extends, you want to extend the base.html. Okay, so the base.html has the top, okay, and then it contains the footer, and it contains the title, okay, it contains the title, and it contains the navigation bar, and this is the detail. Okay, so the detail is in the block content, and we have one writer. So the writer is something that you want to get from the views.py. Okay, if it is the block, you are going to get the data, which is writer, and the writer is going to the variable writer that you are going to access in the website. Okay, so using using this, oh, sorry, so using this URL means you want to access to the particular name, and this particular name is the name in this home. Okay, so if you want to check things, you can use the control. Okay, you can press control, and then yeah, you can see there is one thumbnail. Okay, the thumbnail will go to the function that you see here. It is from the urls.py. So if you click, then it goes to the name of the pet. So because we are using home, so you can see that it is related with home. So if you this related with base, with it is, if it is related with block, then if you press control and then click on the block, then it will go to the name block. Okay, the next one, yeah, we see that there are three blocks here. The first block is the title, and the second block is content, and the last block is footer. So the base HTML will remain the same, while the contents will be depending on the HTML files, in this case the home and block. Okay, so you can see here there are one. Okay, so this is the block title. Okay, so the block title will be available in every page that you access, and then the second one is the block content, and the last one is block footer. Okay, and the block title and the block footer is, yeah, just remain the same like this one, but what is the block content? Okay, so the block content is refers to the additional HTML file. As you connect to the home.html, you will see that this home.html extends the block to the slash base.html. It means everything will be following the base.html. What is base.html? Base.html is this one. So we have the title, we have the navigation bar, and then we have the footer, but no content. Yeah. So how can we fill the content? Yeah. So the answer is, you can see that this home.html is using the format from the base.html. Okay, you're using all the things from the base.html, but the content, okay, the content here, it is the from starting from this part until this part, it will be the content that you put into the content here. Okay, so everything in the home.html, if it is surrounded by the block content, it will be filled in into your website. Right? So that's why the contents when you go to the home.html will be current date and time is now, and then now variable is not available. So because you already have the now, so the first will be available, and this one will not be executed if the condition is true. Okay, and the current scheme is HTTP, and this is the base directory. So we are going to know where is your project location. And next one is about the block.html. This block.html is also the same thing. You are going to extend. So extending the base.html, it means the navigation bar are the same and the footer is the same, but the only difference is the block content. Okay, because in the base.html we don't have any content. So when we click the block.html, the content will be this one. So this is a block written by the writer. So you know that the writer is the variable name in the Django, or the variable name in Python. And then you have the welcome and enjoy. Okay, so yeah, using this inheritance, you can see that the web is kind of dynamic when you try to adopt the include and extend. So you don't need to make all the things with every HTML file, but once you have the navigation, you can just focus on that navigation, and then the other contents will just follow. Okay, you just follow with what you want to fill in the content, and you don't need to worry about the navigation, and the navigation will be same as it is. Okay, so next we are going to discuss about the web framework. Okay, so the web framework is about the user interface of front-end framework. What is the web framework? When we are doing with where we're dealing with web framework, we want to learn about the template with CSS. Okay, so what is CSS? You already know a little bit about the CSS. Okay? Now, before we deal with the CSS, the web framework provides a style template so everybody can use immediately. It means you can just use what they already provide. You don't need to deal with the style. You don't need to think about the color. You don't need to think about the design, because the web framework already provides those things. Style is related to the CSS. CSS is the cascade styling sheet. When you are making your web, it is important to understand about the CSS. And the basic CSS is related to the body tag. Okay? Actually, when you want to define the styling sheet, you need to define in the head. But the effect, when you define all the style in the head, it will be available in the body. So let's see one example. Yeah, in this example, I'm going to make one data. Maybe, yeah, you can just copy and paste this one, and you can put it to the file views.py. So we have the views.py. You can just put one more files. Okay. So we will check it later about this file. And you have the urls.py. Okay. So it's urls.py. You will add one more path, which is table CSS. Okay. You have the table CSS in the urls.py. So you're going to access the table CSS, and it goes to the index. Okay, this is the function index, and this will relate to the HTML file, which is the table CSS. Oh, before continuing this one last example, we deal with the block 2 block.html. Okay, so you put the file block.html inside the folder block2. That's why we need to define the directory name. Okay, so in this case there is no directory name, so you can just make this table css.html in the folder template. So let's make a new HTML file, and then this one is the table css.html. And then if you check on the PPT, so this is table css.html. You just copy and paste because it is too long. Okay, so you just Control A. Okay, Control A. It means you want to copy all the contents here. And once you copy all the contents, you just press Control A and then Control V. Okay, so it means you want to replace all the contents with the new contents. Okay, now this is the HTML file. The title is HTML and CSS Hello World, and you have body. It's one P. So I hope that you already understand this. Okay, so the body H1 and P is the component or the tag that you need to use in the HTML. Okay, so we are having the background color. You can see, right, this is the color. Okay, it's good thing from the PyCharm. It shows you the color. Okay, and if you put another color, then it's also showing what is the color with this symbol. So I do not want to discuss the details about this symbol. Okay, actually it is using the hexadecimal things, and it contains the pixel. Okay, so the RGB function is, we have like 1, 2, 3. So this is the R, this is the G, and this is the B. So the red color, the green color, and the blue color, how to compose those colors, and those are related with the something, the numbering. Okay, so we use this numbering to represent the color. And then we have the font size 30, and we have the font family. It is the font type, and then the fixed width. And if it is related with P, so the color will be white. Okay, actually you can define with the color name, but yeah, I don't want to use the color name because it's not very specific. Yes, if you are using the numbering system like this one, the color is very unique. Yeah. Okay, so you have the HTML file here, and those things are the style. Okay, so as I mentioned to you, you can define the style in the head section. And after you have the style in the head section, then you can go to the body, and in the body you will see the H1P, and then okay, you have table. Okay, so the table here consists of the one row. The first row is about the header. We have city name, population, and country. And then you have the for loop here. Okay, what is the for loop? Okay, the for loop is it is from the cities, and that the city, in cities we are going to make another row, and the row will be the data. Okay, so the row will be the city.name, city.population, city.country. What are they? Yeah, okay, so you can see in the views.py, here it is. Okay, so we have the city.name. So it is related with the name of the city. If it is about the population, then it will show the number. If it is related with the country, it will show the country name. Okay. So if you are accessing this one, city.name, city.population, city.country, it will access the data. And then it will be looping until all the data has been read. So if you run, then you will get something like this run. Okay. Uh, let's see, it's not home, but now we change to table CSS. Yep, you can get this one. So the coloring is changing according to the style that you created. Okay, so in this case, the city name, population, country, yeah, the city name is Mumbai, Calcutta, New York, Chicago, Tokyo. And if you check on the code, You click on the future UI. Yeah, yeah. Mumbai, Calcutta, New York, Chicago, and Tokyo. And those are the populations and those are the countries. So you can check those are the population and those are the countries. So using this one is the styling is very important. Okay, when you want to deal with the fancy website. Of course, you need to learn many things for this one, but I know it's not that easy to learn the styling. So that's why we want to learn the very simple things with the web framework. Okay. Because I need more time to discuss this web framework, so I think I will just finish the video until this part. Okay, and I will make a separate video for dealing with user interface front end framework. And meanwhile, yeah, you already know about all the things about the Django basic and the Django template. And the next things you're going to learn is about the web user interface with front end framework. Okay, so please keep the your computer and you need to go to the next video to learn more about the web user interface framework. Okay.